has to be one of the worst dating stories I've ever heard. And it gets crazy.
Well, we tore between the two. She think it's a horrible story. I'm thinking it ain't that bad, but we gonna see what you guys think. So make sure you guys watch the video to the end.
Every time about the worst date that I've ever been on. It literally haunts me till this day. Like, it was so bad. Since you guys enjoyed the other story time about the date that I went on with a man and then found out he was married after, we're just going to keep this little series going because you know what? I do this for the plot at this point. This guy was perfect. Like, I had not been this excited about a man in years. Okay. I thought I found like my perfect person. Okay. We go on this date. And when we get there and we sit down, he had been fine the whole day. Like, everything was fine. I was talking to him. Everything was great. When we sat at this table, I quickly realized that I think he had been drinking before the date. Now, I don't judge. I figured maybe he was nervous. Maybe he was like drinking before just to kind of like loosen up, which I get. He basically made a complete fool out of himself and made a scene at the restaurant. He started by seeing that one of the drinks was called Paper Planes, and he was like, oh my God, like the Paper Planes song from MIA, and proceeded to turn this fine dining establishment into a karaoke bar by himself. He basically started singing this at the top of his lungs. And I was like, ha ha, ha, okay. And like, all right. Like, he sang it like halfway through the song before I was like, okay, no, like the whole restaurant staring at us, I beg of you to stop. And he was like, oh my God, okay, I love that song, whatever. I was like, oh yeah, no, I do too. I was like, if you want to like maybe second date karaoke bar, I am down. No second date, because after that, he proceeded to ask me if I had any pets. And I said, yes, I have a little cat. Now, he spent like 10 minutes talking about his dog. So I was like, yeah, I have a little cat. She's really sweet. Oh my gosh, I love animals. I love that like little thing, whatever. And as I'm like endearingly talking about my cat, he cuts me off and basically proceeds to spend about 5 minutes talking about how cats are disgusting disease carriers and how they lick themselves and then they're in the litter box and the litter box is disgusting and spent like 5 minutes talking about how disgusting cats were. And I was like, I'm not going out on another date with you. That's no.
Dang, we're not allowed to have our opinions?
If someone tells you, expresses to you that they like something and you that is off-putting about it and saying, I don't like that.
We're just having a little conversation.
No, she said he went in. They're disgusting. They carry diseases.
He probably thought it was an open forum.
That's like saying, do you have kids? I have kids. I have like 3 kids. I love them to death. And then I say, man, I don't like kids. I don't think I'll ever have kids. Off the jump, you're going to be like, this isn't going to work.
With kids? Oh, because
they live with their animals.
Yeah, I'm not a pet person or animal person, so I have kids, so I couldn't even imagine those two being in similar conversations. If you're saying that about kids, then I'm like, I vouch. But if you're saying that about some cats, then
that's like if you got a dog at home and someone's saying, I uncomfortably don't like dogs, that means you can't be there when my dog is there.
Cats are evil.
If you cannot, that just goes with anything. If someone is pouring their heart out about anything, I love art. Oh, I hate art. At least play along. At least for the first date.
No, this is done. So I was basically like, in my brain, I was like, listen, I'm just going to muscle through this because I'm already here. I did my makeup. I got cute. He could be worse. I'll deal with this. I spoke too soon because when it came time to order food, this man proceeded to not let me order my own food because he was like, I've been here. I know what to order. You're going to love it. Okay. He ordered everything that I don't eat because he didn't ask me. So I'm not even exaggerating, spent $700 on this dinner ordering stuff without like even being like, hey, like, do you, whatever. And I didn't eat it. He ate all like, I'd say he ordered like $500 worth of food. He ate all $500 worth of that food.
If I order $500, $700 for food, you better eat something.
But you can't expect somebody to eat something. You didn't even ask them what they like.
Oh, I thought it was a good thing. I thought that would be considered very gentleman-like. Sometimes women be super, I don't know, and frustrated, trying to figure out the menu. And you're being here, you're like, I got you. Now, she could have said as soon as he started ordering stuff, hey, not that, I'm not gonna eat that, or I'm not gonna eat that. You wait until the food gets to the table to be like, I'm not eating that. I would be pissed, bro.
But he was so lit, he ate it all. He didn't care. He thought whatever sounded good for him is what was good for them.
He was like, he was just like, why are you eating? Why are you eating? And I was like, oh, like, he ordered the seafood tower, and I don't eat shellfish or lobster, crab, shrimp, oysters. I don't eat that. I don't eat any of that. And that's the whole tower. So I was like, oh, I'm really not a big fan, but like, please, like, enjoy it. Like, I was being really sweet. I was like, you know what? Like, I'll order myself something, thinking like, even if I have to pay for it, I'll order myself food. It's not that big of a deal. I already know I'm not going out on a second date with this guy. At least I could do is enjoy some good food at this place. He goes, oh, I'll order a steak. I was like, okay. What are you thinking? He's like, I'm going to order the A5 Wagyu steak. I was like, okay. The seafood tower was like 2 something. The steak was also 2 something. That's where that 500 comes in. He ate the whole steak. He left me like the 2 end pieces, like those crispy little end pieces. And I was like, you go ahead, babe. You eat those. Don't even worry about it. In my brain, I was like, I'm going to go get In-N-Out after this date. Like, it's fine. And at that point, like, he basically, everything that I said that I liked, he was like shitting on it. And I was like, you know what? Whatever. This is done. We're done. So I politely was like, hey, chill here. Enjoy the food. I'm going to just excuse myself and go to the bathroom really quick. And I really was. I was going to go to the bathroom. I was just going to like text a friend and be like, hey, like, this isn't working out. Can you like text me with something? Or I was going to just look up an Uber. I needed to find an escape route. So I was going to go to the bathroom, figure out an escape route. This is where shit hits the fan. As I'm walking to the bathroom, apparently there was somebody, like a man, that was walking at the same time as I was to go to the bathroom. I didn't notice him until we like got to the front of the hallway of where the bathrooms were. And he was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Please go ahead. I was like, oh, thank you so much. Whatever. In the hallway, very sweet, very handsome man. He goes, hey, I'm so sorry. I don't mean to be disrespectful. You look like you're on a date. You don't look like you're having the best time. So I don't mean to be forward, but like, I think that you are beautiful. Do you live here? Are you from here? And I was like, thank you. That's so sweet. Yeah, I do live here. I live in this part of town. He's like, oh my God, no way. I'm like right here in this part of town. And he was so like sweet and polite. And then out of nowhere, he just got really quiet and his eyes got really wide. And before I could even turn around, my date has gotten up from the table, followed us to the bathroom, sees this man talking to me, and then decided he was going to get super possessive and proceeded to wrap his arm around my waist, pull me in to where my back is on his like chest torso situation, puts his face in my ear, and he goes, I thought you said you were going to the bathroom. What is this? I was so pissed. I literally pushed him on his face off, and I was like, do not fucking touch me. At this point, this guy hasn't left, is standing in front of me, and he's like, are you okay? And I was like, no, and I'm fucking leaving. And the guy was like, the guy that I'm on the date with was like, you just said you were going to and he was like making a whole scene. And I was like, no. I was like, you figure that out. Go deal with the food and the bill and all that stuff. And I like hauled ass to the elevator to leave. And he at that point had like, was like yelling, but walking back to the table. And I looked at the hostess and the guy, because they were like looking around and they were like, are you okay? And I said, no, I'm not okay. I'm going to go downstairs. Can you please make sure that he doesn't follow me? I'm calling an Uber. And they were like, not a problem. Like, we'll keep him here for as long as we can. And I was like, perfect. I called an Uber, like as I was at that point, like going to the elevator. And thankfully there was an Uber like 2 minutes away that came to get me. So I like got in the car. As I'm in the Uber, closed the door of the Uber. I see the elevator door open and it was him. And he was like looking around for me. And I told the guy, I was like, please leave right now. And he was like, okay. Like goes to the car, whatever. This man is blowing my phone up. Like he's like calling me, texting me, like blowing my phone up. And I was like, absolutely not. He's like, you stupid bitch, you whore, you this, you that. Like he's saying he's calling me everything that you could call me. And I was like, I didn't even know what to like say or make of the situation. I just like blocked him. Like he was still typing. I saw little bubbles and I just blocked him. And then I reported him on the app that I met him on. That was the worst date that I've ever been on. It haunts me to this day, okay? It was so bad.
I'm happy I'm not in the dating world anymore. This just sounds like stressful as hell. I've seen so much more. I'm hearing her story. Now, you might have something different. I'm hearing her story, and I understand her frustration. But she gotta understand, she was kind of rude too. She's disrespectful in the sense to that man too. You came to a date and not really feeling the person you on a date with. She just said his profile and everything. She reported his profile and all that stuff. That just showed you that she was only liking him based off of what she's seen on social media. When she saw him in person, it's just my perception. She probably got that, he's not all that I thought he was. And then she just started getting icked by that. Because when a woman's messing with a man that they find truly attractive and got things going on, little shit that's not gonna bother them. A little, oh, he's drunk and he's singing this song. They're not gonna be as bothered by that if he has more emotion and stuff going on. I'm just speaking from experience of having male friends and just seeing it for yourself.
I will say you could be physically attracted to somebody, but when you get to know who they really are, which she gotten to know him, she's obviously attracted by his physical appearance and what he's posted, which are just photos or whatever the case may be. But when she got to have a conversation with them, that is when she got turned off.
But come on, the
Not even
cat
a
conversation?
cat. You're not taking into consideration what she liked. You're not asking her. You're stepping on everything that she's saying. She said she would tell him everything that she liked, and he basically dismissed it and was just like, oh, I'm not into that type of thing. So you could be attractive, but that doesn't mean you're compatible.
Let us know in the comment section what you guys think, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.